is synonymous with rings, but it hasn't come without some whispers. There have been many of reports over the years of the Patriots cheating, Deflategate, SpyGate, etc. Now the Patriots have acknowledged that their production crew inappropriately filmed the field and sideline during Sunday's game between the Bengals and Browns in Cleveland. The crew was credentialed by the Browns to shoot video for a Patriots web series called Do Your Job. That featured a profile of an advanced scout, but the Patriots did not inform the Bengals or the NFL, which they called an unintended oversight. Here's the statement from the Patriots. In part, the sole purpose of the filming was to provide an illustration of an advanced scout at work on the road. There was no intention of using footage for any other purpose. We understand and acknowledge that our video crew, which included independent contractors who shot the video, unknowingly violated a league policy by filming the field and sideline from the press box. We accept full responsibility for the actions of our production crew at the Browns-Bengals game. Coach Bill Belichick said on WEEI radio that, that he had no involvement with the web series. A source told ESPN the NFL has a copy of the video and is investigating the incident. The Patriots face the Bengals in Cincinnati this Sunday. Max, that face. Okay, we'll give the face a moment. Is it fair to call the Patriots cheaters?
Yes, and liars, too, I think. Or at least they cheated and lied, it seems to me. Let me read you something from 2015 Business Insider article, okay, about the Patriots cheating. Soon, advanced scouts would be sent to the games of upcoming Patriots opponents to film the play signals. The scouts would go undercover as media members with media credentials listed under Patriots TV or Kraft Productions and, importantly, were prepared with excuses of what to say if they were filming and security asked, right? Look, guys, what happened? What just happened? And by the way, according to Diana Rossini's reporting, when the videographer gets busted, he says, by the way, the whole first quarter filming the Patriots, the Bengals sideline, Bengals, new head coach, by the way, not a lot of tape on them, right? Like you want advanced kind of, you want to get as much information as possible. He asked if he could delete it and we could forget the whole thing. Can we delete it and forget the whole thing? And now the Patriots give the exact excuse they were giving in 2015. Guys, what do you think is going on? Look, it's like the Astros. The Astros are an advanced organization. That's why they're so good. One of the reasons they value information. But their ethics are not only questionable, but it seems to me rotten in terms of how to do it. Like, I understand if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I get that. But there are different ways of doing that. If you're stealing signs of baseball players, stealing signs. But if you have only at your home stadium, a camera pointed at the signs, that's an advantage that can't be duplicated by the other team, can't be replicated while they're playing you at your house. And can't be blocked. There's nothing you can do to stop it except to stop them from cheating. Well, this is the same sort of thing. They're using technology and with the same playbook. And if we don't call them on it, now, other people may also say, I've heard this argument, well, everyone's doing it. The Patriots are just clumsy at it. No, they're clumsy at nothing. They're excellent at it. You know what they say about roaches? For every one you see, there are 100 in the walls. You know what this means to me? That the Patriots, who are better at everything than everyone organizationally, this tells me if they're the only ones getting caught repeatedly like this, that they are doing stuff like this all over the place, all the time. That's what this says to me.
You took it like a movie. You feel like it's a movie story or a storyline to a movie. Listen, I think whatever you thought of the Patriots before this story broke yesterday afternoon, whether you thought they were cheaters and believed all the things of the past or whatnot, you're just going to continue to use this as fuel for your fire. This was not going to sway you. And if you didn't, if you stood on the other side, because there's two groups to this in the belief of the Patriots. Either they are cheaters or they aren't, right? If you're on the side where you don't think there's any truth to it and you think that they're just pushing the envelope and still are within the standards or the rules and they're the team that's just getting singled out, this isn't going to change that either. This is just going to give you confirmation bias. Is this situation any more egregious?
Where are you?
What do you think?
I don't think that the Patriots are cheating. I think that he's the smartest coach of all time. I think that the quarterback is the smartest quarterback of all time. I don't think that those guys, two guys, would be that dumb and that negligible and that kind of lacking of any kind of attention to detail, that they would repetitively get caught. And also the Bengals are 1-11 or 1-12. I don't think that they're cheating, no. But I don't know all the evidence or what this tape shows.
Why does the camera guy want to delete the footage?
That's all speculative, right? Like that is if the reality
I believe that's on film. I believe him asking to delete the footage.
I think the reality is that the tape will show a lot. The tape will show a lot.
Guys. You know, Max, you think they're cheating. And you don't want to say that they're cheating. Allow me to say this. I don't care. This is absolutely funny to me. I'm just watching the seriousness of everybody going. USA Today, my brother, the great Jared Bell does a great job covering the NFL. They got to do something. I mean, everybody going off. Lord knows my caller Carlton on my radio show, of Tampa. God forbid, I've never seen a person that hate the Patriots more in my life. God forbid what he's thinking right now. But this is the thing that makes me laugh. Do you know what Bill Belichick's record is with the New England Patriots? It's 235-82. 235-82. From 2000, it is now 2019. Y'all ain't figure it out? I'm talking about the NFL coaches out there. Why the hell are you not doing whatever it is that he's doing? Because he's still here. He's still here. Hey, listen, you can say whatever you want. I don't give a damn. I'm going to tell you why I don't give a damn. Because where's your evidence? I mean, Roger Goodell sitting up there. Remember, they took tapes. They never showed it to the media. We still haven't seen those tapes from SpyGate. We heard about what they were doing. And oh, by the way, Dan Van Natter Jr., Seth Wickersham for ESPN back in the day with SpyGate. This is exactly what they wrote. Allow me to read you a graph from what they wrote, Max. Molly, Dan, listen to this. This is how it's all similar to SpyGate. Now, what's similar to SpyGate? This is about SpyGate back then. Sources with knowledge of the system say an advanced scout would attend the game of upcoming Patriot opponents and assemble a spreadsheet of all the signals and corresponding plays. The scout would give it to Adams, who would spend most of the week in his office with the door closed, matching the notes to the tapes filmed from the sidelines. Files were created, organized by opponent and by coach. During games, Walsh later told investigators, the Patriots videographers were told to look like media members, to tape over their team logos or turn their sweatshirts inside out, to wear credentials that said Patriots TV or Kraft Productions.
Yeah, same thing I read.
Exactly. I'm saying identical to what we're talking about right now. So my point is this. Evidently they ain't worried too much about the repercussions. And if they ain't worried about the repercussions, and this happened back in 2007, and it's 2019, and you still ain't worried about the repercussions, then why the hell ain't y'all doing it? I don't want excuses. This, to me, is setting up for somebody to sit up there and say, the Patriots are cheaters, they've been cheaters, they're always going to be cheaters, etc. Do something about it.
Here's what it is.
You're
saying there should be a race to the bottom. I'm saying, and I think, it's wise to take the position that when the bad guys are caught, the behavior has to be corrected. There have to be repercussions, or it is a race to the bottom.
Okay.
You don't want a world where everyone is cheating all the time.
I don't either.
You want a world where there are rules,
I
and
absolutely
if someone
agree
gets
with
caught,
you.
it's not the end of the world.
It's a race to the bottom.
But they need a slap on the wrist.
It's a race to the bottom. The bottom. Those are the words you use. Who's the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions right now?
But Stephen A., so do you think they were actually cheating, or you're buying that they're doing a do-your-job
I'm not
web
buying
series?
anything they're saying right now. Don't get me wrong. What
In other
I'm trying
words,
to
what
say
you're saying
I'm
is-
saying as much ado about nothing.
Stephen A.
Because if it was something would be done about it. Where are those tapes, Roger Goodell, from 2007?
You're saying they're the champions because, of course, if you free yourself from any kind of ethical constraints, it's easier to operate. But there are ethical constraints.
Hold on. You're about to make me laugh. Are you saying that the other 31 teams in the National Football League, they have ethical constraints? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, what I told you was that organizations like the Astros and the Patriots, who value information and work harder than other like the Patriots outwork other organizations. And they value the information more, I think. If they're not constrained by ethics, will go all out to do it. Some are willing to push it farther than others. But if your argument is No, everyone's doing it, but not everyone's getting caught. And since we all agree that the Patriots are better at everything than everyone, the fact that they're getting caught, as I said, with a roach, if you see one, that means there are 100 in the walls.
I'm not saying what you're saying.
For every time they get caught, it's 100 other things they're doing. No one else is getting caught.
I'm not saying that everybody's doing it, but remember the issue from a couple of years ago when they played the Ravens in the playoffs, and John Harbaugh was complaining because they had changed formations, and and basically the Patriots knew the rules to the letter of the law, and Baltimore appeared to have not, and as a result, it gave them an advantage. And John Harbaugh was saying that trend, that extended beyond the rules. It was a lot of conflict over that. They clearly have a history of like you said, doing their due diligence and using every means available to them to exploit an advantage they may have over somebody else. My point is they leave whether or not it's cheating to the interpretation of those in position of power. And if that's what their position is and you're competing against them, what are you going to do about it?
But that's my point.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my point. Absolutely. You thought the Patriots were cheaters before yesterday afternoon. This just only gives you confirmation bias. And you thought that it really didn't matter. Like, why? Before yesterday afternoon,
I feel unbiased.
You feel?
I feel unbiased. That's why I'm genuinely asking.
I think it doesn't. I think it matters to one person, Roger Goodell. Does he think they're cheating?
Guys, everyone's missing the point here, I think.
Okay.
The point is, and not to be overly serious about it, it's football, it's sports. Billy Martin, his pitching coaches taught everyone how to
people's livelihoods. It's people putting their bodies on the line.
Sure, but it's still sports. It's not, people, this isn't actually, it's a metaphor for war. It's not actually war, The point is, Billy Martin had his pitching coach teach everyone how to scuff the ball, so they're pitching outperform. But here's the problem. When this is the attitude of the media, like when we're talking about and you're like, well, your opinions are simply the same. But we're asking you, do you think they did it or not? No, I don't think they would tape the Bengals. Actually, they take nothing for granted. That's why they don't have trap games against a team like the Bengals. Or you say, well, everyone should be doing just what they're doing. We are not acting properly as the fourth estate. Like, we are not doing our jobs to say, wait a minute. There are sanctions against this sort of thing. Not just legal sanctions within the league, but also kind of social sanctions. And you guys are all saying, it doesn't matter. They're just better at it. Ha ha.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. I think you know me well enough that, integrity is a massive deal to me. What I'm saying is, if you're asking me, do I think the Patriots are cheating, puts me in a very unique situation. Yes, I think there's evidence there that I could sit here and go, yeah. And I think there's evidence that I'd sit here and say, no, I don't think they are.
You're being cautious. Because
do you buy their excuse?
We got to go. We can talk about it later.
I think perception is reality.
Let me leave you with this.
I'm not saying that at all.
I just want to add this before we go from an ESPN article. A Bengals employee was watching a videographer who identified himself as a Robert Kraft employee. The Bengals employee alleges that the shot on the videographer's monitor was of the Bengals coaches and staff on the sideline for the entire first quarter. The crew turned over the footage. So now, like we mentioned,
to delete it.
Up to Roger
First
Goodell.
asked to delete it.
Eli shows flashes of brilliance.
Two emotional people, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they caught up in their feelings and all of this. All I'm saying is
we're not emotional, we're virtuous.
Oh, listen, all I'm saying, I hear that. All I'm saying is this: the man been doing it for 19 years. Figure it out. You understand? So figure it out and beat them.
Well, I think you two. I think you and Ryan, Stephen A. You and Ryan should either want the Steelers to cheat as much as the Patriots, or else get better at it.
Here's the thing. I want both of those things. I want the Steelers, or I want any team. I am a fan of the people there to cheat as much as the Patriots do, and I want them to be as good at it as the Patriots are. And listen,
thank you very much, Ryan.
The question, I was watching the show, obviously. The question was, is it fair to call them cheaters? Absolutely. I believe that they have cheated throughout Bill Belichick's tenure. I don't necessarily believe that this time is cheating or that this time they were trying to cheat. I think it was them being unaware and disrespectful, because y'all all know if people think that you're a certain thing and you're going into a situation like that, you're going to make sure they can't say these things about you again. But that wasn't what the Patriots thought. They thought, oh, I've been getting away with it forever. Nobody cares. We still got 6 championships out of it. I don't have to cross every T and dot every I, and I'll be okay. It was more disrespectful and unaware to me than anything.
If you're going to cheat, kids, don't do it disrespectfully.
No, I'm not saying that. I just don't think it's cheating this time. I think the other times it was, and the cover-ups kind of showed that.
Yeah, that's probably why the Bengals guy wanted the video deleted.
Let's move on to Eli, please. Let's go. Let's go. That's what he's on here for. Let's go.
All right. Eli appeared to turn back the clock last night by leading the Giants to a 14-point lead before the Eagles rallied to a 23-17 win, making his first start since Week 2. The two-time Super Bowl MVP tied brother Peyton with 38 TD passes on Monday Night Football, which is sixth most all time. We all know that it's Danny Dimes' team, so his days are numbered. So I will ask you this, Stephen A. Is Eli a Hall of Famer?
Not to me. Not to me. I understand that, listen, I know he's going to get in. You got 2 Super Bowl titles, he's going to get in. But when you ask me, is somebody a Hall of Famer, I'm looking at Hall of Fame talent. I'm not looking at Hall of Fame moments. I'm looking at Hall of Fame talent. And when I think about his brother and how great his brother has been, when I think of the great quarterbacks we look at today, the Tom Brady's, the Aaron Rodgers, the Drew Brees of the world, when I look at the Hall of Fame talents from the past, whether it's a Dan Marino and others, I don't view Eli Manning that way. I look at Eli Manning, I'm thinking about the multitude of times, 6 times in 7 years, 8 times in 11 years, you're missing the playoffs. You've never completed 60%. I said you haven't completed 60% of your passes in your career. 3 times you led the league in interceptions. All of these different things. I know he's had great Hall of Fame moments. And if he were to get in the Hall of Fame, or shall I say when he gets into the Hall of Fame, there is no doubt that there are moments to show that you can sit up there and appreciate what he's done, because he's class personified, constant professional, Iron Man, very reliable, trustworthy, never missed games, just everything. There's a lot of great things you can say about him. But when I look at his talent as a quarterback, although there were great moments, I don't view him as a Hall of Fame talent. I never have.
Yeah, it's hard to say a guy's a Hall of Fame talent when he's basically league average from